Good morning, Philadelphia Eagles fans, and good morning, NFL fans, to the final game of the 2024 NFL season, where this week our Philadelphia Eagles head down to New Orleans and play the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59. Kansas City going for a three-peat that's never been done in the NFL. Philadelphia to start their journey for football greatness. What a ride this season has been. What a ride it's been for Jalen Hurts since he's been here, and Nick Sirianni. What a ride it's been for all of our players. What a ride for Saquon Barkley. A ride for our defense, our offensive line, for Brandon Graham and Zach Bond. What a ride. What a ride it's been for everybody. There you go. And I'm here to acknowledge that ride, to acknowledge where we've been, and to encourage our future. Because this is what the reality of life is. The reality is, no matter what your journey, people are going to judge. It is what it is. You can be as successful as you are, and people are still going to judge you. You can do great things with adversity facing you, and you make no excuses, and people are still going to judge. People are going to count you out every step of the way, no matter what you prove to them. Because ultimately, their opinions on your purpose don't matter. And you can look at Jalen Hurts. The guy's done nothing but win since he stepped on the football field. And you can go back even further beyond the Philadelphia Eagles, but the guy has had different offensive coordinators, people saying everything about his game, about how he can't throw, how it's just tush pushes, how is this, that, and the other thing. The fact of the matter is the guy just wins. The guy doesn't care about the stats, even when he has the ability to throw them up. But all he cares about is winning. In this season and in prior seasons, that's all he's done. In the last 3 years, he's gone to the Super Bowl twice. That's not normal. That's not a fluke. That just means you're a good quarterback. And in my opinion, one of the greats. Saquon Barkley, he was a great running back, and he was in not a great position. And then he comes to Philadelphia and rushes for over 2,000 yards in 16 games. And had, 35 less carries than Dickerson, and still could have broken his record. And you know what? The guy doesn't care about the numbers and the stats. He cares about winning. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, their numbers are down this year from prior years. And do you hear them complaining whatsoever? No, people can say what they want to say and talk about inner excellence and reading books on the sideline. You know what? And all they've been is great teammates that have put themselves on the back burner. And they're doing what they need to do for the team to win. And sometimes it's blocking downfield because Saquon Barkley is breaking one for 60 yards. The same thing with Dallas Goedert and the offensive line. Kai Becton, I'm going to highlight you on this one. Man, you're on the Jets? Looked like your career was over. And then it's not, because you've been revived here in Philadelphia. And Jordan Mailata, you weren't even like a high draft pick, and nobody saw this coming. But you know what? You went to Stoutland University, and man, you're like one of the best tackles in the league. Lane Johnson, you just keep aging like fine wine, and just keep getting, we lost Jason Kelce to retirement, and like we got Dickerson and Jurgens, and like these guys are just stepping in and showing up and showing out and just made the best offensive line we've ever seen here, right? And then I'm not even talking about the defense yet. Like Jalen Carter, man, like you weren't taken really, really high in the draft. You weren't taken high in the draft because everybody said you're going to have character issues, and they're talking about your passing, and all you've done this entire season is dominate. You become like just a wreck on the defensive side of the ball. You've been crushing offensive lines week in and week out. And Brandon Graham, man. Brandon Graham. Like, look at where your journey has gone and how many times you've been counted out, and you've come back, and you're one of the main reasons why we have at least one Super Bowl trophy here in Philadelphia when you strip sacked Tom Brady. Like, and it looked like your season was over, and all you did was fight to come back in order to play your last game here in Philadelphia. One of the greats to start and end their career here in Philadelphia. Zach Bond, like, coming from New Orleans, and it looks like, oh, well, this is a long shot. No, you turned to be one of the best middle linebackers, like one of the best linebackers in the league. Nolan Smith. Oh, this is, and I didn't even get to their secondary yet. And we have these rookies that just came in, and Coop all day. Yes, Coop just coming in and just crushing people and just locking down, being a great slot corner, and Quintano Bay just locking down number one wide receiver after number one wide receiver week in and week out, and big play Slay, CJ, and the blanket. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna doubt this team? Like, we talked about the regular season, but look at the playoffs, man. Like, yeah, we're supposed to lose against Green Bay. That didn't happen. Then LA was supposed to come in here because they beat the Vikings that had all these wins, and they were supposed to come in here and beat us. That didn't come close to happening. And then the Cinderella story of the Commanders and how great their season actually was, and I'll give them a shout out for it. Yes, how great it actually was until they came here and we put 55 on them. And we had 11 drives and scored 8 touchdowns, and we still left points on the board. And you're going to doubt this team? At some point. And Nick Sirianni, you can talk all you want. You know, great coaches have to start somewhere. Andy Reid, that was here for many years and is always going to be loved here in Philadelphia, lost a lot here before he became great. And going into the stats, John Elway lost a lot before he was great. And his numbers weren't even great in his Super Bowls. Go look them up. Peyton Manning did a lot on the field, but his Super Bowl numbers didn't look great. Troy Aikman did. His team won multiple times, 3 times when he was the quarterback, and 2 of his Super Bowls didn't look great. I mean, you could talk about this, but all that matters is winning. And you're going to doubt this team? This team that's locked in? At some point, it's a you problem. At some point, it's something inside of you that you're just going to doubt no matter what. And guess what? Can't do anything about that. You put that on the shelf, put that and just store that away. Because there's people like me, there's people like us diehard fans here in Philadelphia that believe and that are crazy. They'll come out here at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to root on our team because we're about to do something great. And I feel it in my bones. I remember when we lost to New England and it looked like it was all over. And guess what? We came back years later and beat them. 2 years ago, we lost the Kansas City Chiefs. Regardless of what happened with the outcome, we lost, period. No excuses, right? Now we're here to win. And the goal is not just to get to the Super Bowl. The goal is not to participate. It's to dominate. And I'll tell you right now, man, there is no doubt right here. I told you guys this before, and I'll say it again. Jalen Hurts is going to win multiple Super Bowls. Nick Foles started it off for us. Doug Peterson started off for us and showed us what was possible here in Philadelphia. We've never seen anything like it before. And now it's becoming a winning culture down here in the city of Philadelphia, where if you look in the 50s, we won Super Bowl 52, we went to Super Bowl 57, and now we're in Super Bowl 59, and we're ready to go. So yes, as you know what's coming, man. Yes, it's our time, man. It's our time here in Philadelphia. I'm gonna be here in Philadelphia for the Super Bowl. I'm going to Lucha. That's a place I go for salsa and bachata dancing on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Fridays and Saturdays. I'm gonna go there for the Super Bowl. That's a shout out to Lucha. Thanks for having me. I already had my little tickets and stuff and buffet. I'm gonna be spending my time here in Center City, Philadelphia with all these crazy ass Eagles fans and feeling just like it was at the championship game, but this entire city. I remember when this broadsheet was just filled with green, and it's so stinking beautiful with everybody that's on the same page looking forward. That's right, it's our time. It's our place, it's our city, it's our Philadelphia Eagles here to play and dominate in Super Bowl 59. So as you know, we do every single week, and this is the last time we do it for the 2024 season here in Philadelphia. It's football time, baby. Super Bowl 59, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go Birds, baby!